Hi, good day, trader. My name is Vasco Smart FX. Welcome to our YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about how I was able to take out this Shape Japan trade, this particular trade here. Okay. So this particular Shape Japan trade here, how I was able to take out this trade and what are the strategy that comes together. And in this particular trade, the strategy that comes together to bring up this trade is what I call trading in between the PDRs or the intermediate time high, intermediate time lows. I've talked about intermediate time high, intermediate time low for several times. I've talked about it. For this particular video, let's look at it and I will go deep to why I took out the trade, the top down analysis, and every other thing. Okay, so let's go into the charts. Let me. Okay, this is Chef Japan chart here. So in this particular, this is daily chart. So the first thing I'll go on the daily chart, I look for order flow legs. I look at where market going to trade off from, looking for something we call the point of interest, right? But on the daily time frame, when we go on the daily time frame, we are looking for the order flow legs. We are looking for the intentions of market. Where is market going to buy or sell from? So at this particular level, we can see that without even looking at anything, we know that we are bullish. So I'm just looking for that flex. So market break out this structure, this high here. So when market break this high, we have this fair value gap at this particular level. But I prefer because we have this fair value gap, we have another fair value gap here, we have another fair value gap here. So this or this, so you can see market use the first one, and you can also have this here. And also we can also go down to weekly chart to look if there's a one fair value gap there that you can actually use, and you can see there we have it on the weekly chart. So if I go down to daily chart, you can see all the fair value gap will be coming down to one. So instead of using this, so you can see yes we have multiple fair value gaps, but on the weekly chart weekly have one, so which means we are going to make use of the weekly chart fair value gap. Okay, all right. So we have where market should trade off from, and we have where market should go to. So if market respect this fair value gap, then market should go to this place as a liquidity zone. But we cannot just trade that way because we know where market is going to. We have our target and we have our PDRA for market to go. That's the point of interest. So the next thing is that we go to 4 hour chart for entry. So when I get to my 4 hour chart, what I'm looking out for is I'm looking out for an order flow legs. I'm looking out for an order flow on 4 hour chart that what that will resist me, that will like okay, let me just draw it out here so I can know what I'm talking about. On on um on daily chart, I have order flow leg, I have a fair value gap to buy, right? Let me just put it this way. So this is my daily chart. I have this to buy. So the moment I get to my 4 hour chart at this particular level, I just want to buy here because there is nothing here, just this liquidity zone, right? But on 4 hour chart, there will be an order flow leg that what that will be opposing me. So there will be an opposing PDRA on 4 hour chart. That's what I'm looking out for on 4 hour chart. A PDRA that will oppose my buy. So on daily chart, I have a buy order flow legs. I have a buy market structures I want to buy. But when I get to 4 hours, there is a possibility of internal structures. So it is that internal structures I call the opposing PDRs. So the 4 hours oppose me. So which means I'll be having 4 hours bearish fair value gap. So then on 4 hours chart, don't forget the internally and externally it is by weekly and daily. But internally, I'm looking out for the sell scenarios on 4 hours chart. Sell. the selling order flows that will tell me that, oh, want to sell. So it is that scenarios I called what opposing PDRA. So I want to wait for market to disrespect the opposing first. Then that is when I will now know that my buy is confirmed. I have 100% buy. There is nothing opposing me again. I hope you get this scenario. Like on the daily chart, I have a buy scenario, but on 4-hour chart, I have a selling scenario. So yes, I know there is a principle that the higher time frame has more power than the lower time frame, but that is not all, because even the lower time frame forms the higher time frames. So the lower time frame tells us what the higher time frame is going to become. Before you get to a day, you have 4 hours candle. At least you have we have at least 5 hours, 5 candles on 4 hours. No, that's six candles on 4 hours. So you can see the scenarios like, so you have these 4 hours to there to play for you. So that is why I'm just looking at the 4 hours too. So the scenarios on 4 hours, when market disrespect it, and that's when I know I am now on a total buy. Okay, I hope you understand that. Thank you. So on this particular Chef Japan trade, so when I know that I want to buy it, but if you look at 4 hours chart, you can see that 4 hours chart is bearish. Yes, you can be like, oh, I'm not seeing bearish. Let me pick up everything now. Now look at 4 hours like this. Without, this is where I entered the buy. Now just look at 4 hours like this. You can see, oh, market is bearish. Market break the structure. Market is all bearish before the buy continue. So why did the buy continue that way? So I want to show you something here. At this particular level here, if I did not know that the daily has a fair value gap or the weekly has a fair value gap for buy, if I only trade with one time frame, that is 4 hours, I will actually be a seller at this particular level. There's a fair value gap here for me to what? For me to sell. So I will be a seller if I don't know that market is inside a daily fair value gap and a weekly fair value gap. I will be a seller. So that is what I call the opposing PDI. It opposes me. Yes, can't you see it opposes? Market actually reject inside, even though market is inside a bullish fair value gap, market still respect the bearish fair value gap. Can't you see that the lower time frame, the internal structure is what forms the external? So but the moment this is what I'm expecting, the moment market breaks the high that traded into that fair value gap, that is where disrespect comes. That's where market disrespect. So when market breaks it, I'm looking for a fair value gap. So by now, a fair value gap here. So the second breaks is the moment I have a fair value gap here. That is my entry. That is my entry. I can tell you that this particular trade here is 90%, and it's not even like, oh, because the reason is because from this particular fair value gap, there is no opposing PDRE again, because number one, market has come to the fair value area and the fair value gap of these old structures. The next place market can go to now is this high. The second high is this high. Then to the OI market should get to on daily chart. So you can see what I'm talking about. So which means from this particular, yeah, that's why I entered, that's why I took the trade from. Then my stop loss this low here, and you can see it here. So I use 1 to 2. This is the exact way I gave out the trade, 1 to 2. And if you, let me show you on my Telegram channel. Yeah. So on the Telegram channel, you can see it here. Sorry. So you can see it on the Telegram channel. This is how it look like, and let me show you the final. So you can see the final whole thing here. You can see how market trade to the take profit levels. So that's it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.